My freedom's mine to keep. But still I should have been a farmer, a master of the land. Wake before the sunrise, make a living from my hands, living from my hands. Yeah, I should have been a farmer, a master of the land. Wake before the sunrise, make a living from my hands, living from my hands.
Hey everyone, this is Dan from the Rochester Indie Musician Spotlight and Three Heads Brewing. Today I'm sitting down with Stephen Burke, the Rochester resident for the month of November. He's playing 3 Thursday concerts and 1 Friday concert at the brewery. We're very excited to have him. And from now on, it's going to be called Novemberk.
Novemberk.
Exactly. Right. Steve, thanks for coming on, man.
Thanks for having me, Dan. Appreciate it.
Quick thing before we get going, I'm going to surprise you with this, but it is super cool having you on because I know for a fact that you've been following the show for a very long time, and this is a cool moment to have you on, and because I know you've been following everything, you're really good about commenting, giving me feedback, so it's a nice chance to have you on.
I'm a big fan of the Spotlight, big fan of the Residency. You do great work, and I think what you do is super important for the music community, no doubt.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Yeah. So let's start off this interview nice and easy. Are you a Rochester native?
I am indeed. I grew up in Penfield.
Awesome. So tell me about your home growing up. Was it a musical home you were from?
Yeah, for sure. I took piano lessons, I think probably starting at 5 or 6, and my 2 older sisters took them before me, so... Ooh. It was so
subjected.
There were a lot of duets like with my sisters through like the recital process, which that was wild.
You and your family got through it together.
We did. We really did. But yeah, there was lots of music. I remember the record player. I remember the records. I remember the tapes. I remember my dad's giant, terrible headphones that like ripped your ears off from the 70s, and I'd wear those. My mom played the organ back in the day.
Wow.
And my dad is he's a great singer. He's a really good singer. Right now he sings with the Rochester Broadway. No. Ah, crap.
We'll get it in post.
He sings with somebody.
Don't worry, Mr. Burke. We'll get it in post. Don't worry.
He's a great singer. He did some like show tune stuff back in the day. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. So what kind of stuff was playing at your house?
Well, I remember Billy Joel.
Yeah.
I remember the Beatles. My dad was a big Ozark Mountain Daredevil fan. Ooh. Yeah. So I remember that. But then, like, because my oldest sister is 6 years older than me, so she was playing all the stuff from like the 90s. She was playing like the grunge and Soundgarden and Incubus, which was how I got into Incubus. She gave that to me, and then the middle sister was super into show tunes, like.
Oh no.
So that I also have that background. I know way too many show tunes for my liking, and like she's really into country, which I think in the '90s was better.
Right, it was a little different than it is now.
Yeah, like Garth Brooks.
Yes.
I'll listen to Garth Brooks all day.
Absolutely.
So they were a good mix. I think I got a lot of different influences from them.
So when did you start playing guitar?
Not till 9th grade, I think.
Awesome. And that is when you did the talent show performance?
I must have been 7th grade then. Good call. I did. So yeah, I did.
Live fact checking, ladies
The
and
talent
gentlemen.
show, it was not. I think that was 9th grade. So I must have started playing in 7th grade.
Gotcha.
That makes more sense. Because I didn't do the show before I started playing.
That would have been impressive. That would have been commendable.
Yeah, but I got the guitar for Christmas. Like this little Yamaha starter or Ibanez starter kit, and I played Kumbaya.
Nice.
For like 2 weeks. Drove everyone insane.
I was gonna say, much to your parents' delight.
Drove everyone nuts, and then looked up Dave Matthews tabs and Incubus tabs, and just tried to go from there.
Awesome. So we know you playing with a girl named Genny, the Honey Smugglers.
Yep.
You write some tunes for the Honey Smugglers as well. How did you first start writing songs?
How did I first start writing songs?
Or when? Or what inspired you?
What? I think the Avett Brothers were the first ones that... It was probably the most honest songwriting I'd heard, at least since I'd started playing guitar. And I was like, oh, you can just put feelings to music? Like, that's wild. Like, who knew? And then, once you start going into relationships and breakups, and so I think that's kind of what propelled the first couple of songs was just being in high school and going through relationships and stuff. So I think that's how it started. I have a collection of like some super sappy ones that were on MySpace back in the day.
Oh no! But see, that's good though, because you just have to keep writing and get that stuff out.
Yeah,
and then you can refine it.
And actually, the Honey Smugglers song "Olden Days," the music from that was from one of those terrible sappy songs.
Wow!
And like 2 years ago or whenever we wrote that one, I was like, I like that progression still. The lyrics are terrible. But like what can I do with this? Because I think the music's too good to leave behind. So that one was resurrected. So that was kind of cool.
That's nice. Those things get a second life sometimes. So remember, musicians, write stuff down, record it, because you never know.
You really don't. Just record everything. Write down all your terrible thoughts, because something might come out of it.
You never know.
I think it's worth it.
Absolutely. So as I mentioned before, I know you from A Girl Named Genny, the Honey Smugglers. How did you first get into the Rochester music scene?
So I moved back here in 2014 after law school, and I reconnected with Brian McDonald. He told this story very thoroughly.
Brian McDonald, by the way.
Yeah.
There we go. He's rocking it.
I like to keep him close to my heart.
Oh my God.
I didn't really realize I was wearing this shirt. But,
oh well.
So yeah, Brian, you can watch his episode for the real detailed 20-minute version. We played baseball when we were kids.
Yeah.
He was playing with Joe Delaria before I came back. They saw I moved back, I played banjo or something, and reached out in a Facebook post.
Right.
And I went over, and it was a little awkward at first because I hadn't seen either of them in probably 6 years.
Wow.
And it was like, hey, guys, how's the last 6 years been, you know? But then it was great. He had these amazing songs, and I jumped on him and was just pumped to be playing music with anyone in Rochester, really. So
cool, man.
Yeah.
And what was your reaction when they first told you had to play bass?
I think I wanted to, because I was. Does anyone want to play bass?
I don't know. I think most bassists are sort of want to be guitar players, and then they're compelled to be bass players.
Yeah, well, yeah, I think that's true. I'd never played upright bass until the Honey Smugglers, so
wow,
that is accurate.
Did you like just walk into Bernunzio's and be like, "Oh, hey, I need a bass"?
No, I had bought one on Craigslist for like $300.
Dude, you've been having played it myself. You lucked out. That's pretty good.
No, that's not.
That's not the bass.
The $300 one broke in half in the middle of a Halloween show. To no one's surprise whatsoever. So yeah, but like I knew nothing about basses.
Yeah.
But I knew that they shouldn't be $300.
You know what? That's a pretty good rule.
And so I pounced on it. It lasted. It did its job maybe 8 months. Learned how to play. The action was about that high.
Oh God, must have been like bleeding blisters.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Yeah, it was a learning experience. And then when I played a real one, I was like, oh, I can play this thing. Holy mackerel! Wow, yeah. But I started on the Smugglers banjo, and I tried to play cello, but I ended up just playing bass lines, plucking on the cello anyway.
Right.
So, got the bass and just moved on from there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So one thing I wanted to pick your brain about, because you are one of the like ideal guys for this residency, because when we've had so many great residents here. But a lot of people know you as a sideman, and you've been on the Three Heads stage, obviously a lot with The Girl Named Genny, as well as some of the other residency shows.
Yeah.
I mean, like, what's your take on? I mean, you mentioned it right at the beginning, but like, what's your take on this residency, man? Like, coming from that perspective of like, okay, you know, I'm doing my thing, I'm a sideman, I can have this opportunity, but now on the residency stage, taking center stage, how's it feel?
Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm super nervous too, because like, I'm very comfortable in my role on the side, singing harmony and playing bass. I like doing that. I like lending support to other people. But at the same time, I also love writing music. And so one of the shows is a band I was in Syracuse, and we only played out a couple times, but we recorded 2 albums. So like the music is there and the songs are there, and so I'm really excited to put those with a full band and show those to people. But obviously nervous. Like, I'm going to have to front that band. I'm going to have to be the front man, and just put on some sunglasses.
Yeah,
or
I was gonna say
something.
maybe do a boy named Three Heads show and just put on the
See, that was easy because you put on a costume and I'm just an '80s whatever I do.
Yeah.
I think I was humping my bass at one point. Like
I can't particularly say that did or didn't happen, but that sounds about right.
so. Yeah, maybe I just need a character.
That's
I guess.
good. We got a little bit. You got some time to work on that. We don't have to spitball on the show.
But I am excited. It'll be fun.
Awesome. So going right off of that, let's start with the week. So like I said, we have 3 Thursday shows and then a Friday show. Ending it, the first Friday is the Honey Smugglers. They've been on the Three Heads stage so many times, so many amazing shows. How does it feel to be back with Honey Smugglers?
I mean, it's home to us. Man. We've had some of our favorite shows of all time there. The people are incredible. The sound is great, especially they just upgraded the sound system, so it's gonna be really great.
Yeah.
You know, Hakeem and Zach do a great job on sound.
Don't forget our man Jesse.
And Jesse. We're really comfortable. Like, you know, I don't get any nerves when I play there. It's like a living room with 150 or 200 of our closest friends.
Perfect.
And often it is some of our closest friends. So it's just great. We're gonna have a ball, and we're just gonna roll right through.
Love it. And so then the next week we're going on to Thursday the 14th. This is that aforementioned band that Steve was talking about playing out in Syracuse, the Pickups.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about these cats.
Yeah. So the Pickups are really just me and this other guy Joe Fugelsang, who's out of Syracuse. I knew him when I was in school there, and he's a guitarist and singer. And we met on a drunken night in Armory Square. Our girlfriends at the time knew each other, and we were kind of waiting for them to finish. And then I was like, "Hey man, what's up?" He's like, "Hey," and somehow, and then the next morning I get a text from him. He's like, "Hey, you want to play in this cover band?" And I was like, "I don't remember talking about that at all, but I do." And so we played in this cover band together for a bit, and then we started realizing we have the same musical interests, and so we started writing songs together. And so we would only perform as 2 acoustic guitars and 2 voices. But when we recorded them in the studio, we would add drums and bass and keys and stuff. So right now I have Dylan Niver playing drums, Mike Wall playing bass, and Zach Lejeski playing synth.
Whoa!
So I'm very excited for that. We've had a rehearsal, and Zach is just a madman on that thing.
That does not surprise me somehow.
I mean, he's a Zappa dude, so he's just I'm excited. And so that's going to be a ton of fun because I mean, the songs have a lot of energy when it's just 2 acoustic guitars, but those dudes put so much more into those songs. I'm very excited about that.
Awesome. Yeah. Can you give a summation of the genre of the band?
Yeah. I mean, despite us performing acoustic, this is all going to be electric. I don't think we're going to use acoustic guitars, but I hate to say indie rock, but that's kind of what it is. There's riffs and there's hooks and... But it's indie pop rock. It's all very catchy and dancey and it's not like, shoot, I'm not going to just be strumming like this.
I have feelings.
Yeah. It'll be peppy and it'll be a really fun show for sure.
Would you say it'll pick people up?
It will pick people up.
There we go. That's the marketing slogan right there.
I
I got you. Moving on to the next week. This show is really cool. Thursday, the 21st, Elephino.
Oh, yeah.
Take it away.
So... Elephino was a band that I saw when I first moved to Rochester. They played at the Small World Books over on North Ave or something, West Ave, I forget. But
North something. I don't know if it's a street or Ave, but it is North something.
Anyway, like Brian was when I first moved back. He was kind of my contact in with the scene, and so he was taking me to these house shows and all these little. Things I didn't I left Rochester when I was 18 years old.
Right.
I didn't know any of this stuff existed, and so we saw Danny and Tim and Steve from Elephino play, and I was just blown away. They sang the song called "This Little City." It's about Rochester, and it's very powerful, and then it gets really fast, and it's fun. And so I was a fan, and then I'd seen them plenty more times, and they didn't have a percussionist, and I don't know if they hinted that they wanted one, or I just kind of inserted myself into saying hey, do you guys want a percussionist or a drummer? And I sat in with them, and I'd only ever played drums by myself in my house. It was terrifying, and it's just super fun. It's gypsy, folk, punk music. Yeah. It's just a ton of fun. I have so much fun on the kit with them, and they're really great musicians and writers too, so I'm thrilled to have them at Three Heads. Yeah.
Awesome. And so for those counting at home, Steve can play piano, guitar, upright bass.
I mean, can play like.
Well, I mean, yeah, like whatever. You still can play them, and you play out at shows. That I think that qualifies.
Yeah,
we're up to 4 things now.
The first time I played drums in front of people was at Sterling Stage with Elephino, and I was completely shaking. Like, they mic'd my bass drum, and I hit it, and like the trees shook, and I go, this isn't gonna work. Like, this is too loud. People shouldn't hear me that much. So, but I'm more comfortable now.
Gotcha. We'll put 2 mics on the drum kit now. No promises it'll shake the adjacent trees on University Ave.
Right.
We'll see. So we're doing our one Friday show, Black Friday.
Oh yeah.
Billy Joel.
Oh yeah.
Name of the show.
Don't ask me why.
Okay. Since I can't do that, you tell me about it.
Well, like I said earlier, he's just been in my life since I can remember. His songs are, I think, some of the best written pop songs and love ballads. I think he really covers it all. Mm-hmm. He had, like a 30-year songwriting career before he was like, no, I'll just play MSG every month. Like, that's fine. That's a good life. I just love all of his songs. I've been playing them on the piano for a long time. It's been a challenge kind of now adjusting to play them like, oh no, I'm playing with a band now. I'm not just, I don't have to cover everything, so now I can lay back a little bit. So I've had to learn some different parts and then actually learn the real part. I was faking it for 20 years basically. Right. And now it's like, oh no, I actually have to learn that lick that's like ridiculously hard from Scenes from an Italian Restaurant. That'll take a while.
It's just a tritone sub. Whatever. Yeah. Whatever, you got it. It's just a half step away from the next thing. It's fine.
But I mean, I have a great band. I can't believe these guys agreed to play with me. Like, I can't believe it. I got Matt Rammerman on the drums, Kyle Vach on the bass, Ben Rossi playing guitar. I got Tony Galicchio on the organ.
Oh, man.
And I got Tim Hull on the saxophone.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm blown away.
Cool.
It's going to be a blast.
You're playing keys for that one,
I'm playing keys and singing, and Bride Guy is going to do a couple guest spots on the vocals.
Naturally.
Joe Delaire is going to sit in on some guitar, and I'm looking for any other guests, so...
That's the call to action right there, folks. If you're watching this and you think like, oh, hey, there's 2 days' notice. Let me get in there. Maybe not that, but a little bit more time.
No, seriously. I mean, the more the merrier. I'd love to have people.
Awesome. Make sure you tell your sound guy beforehand so they don't have a connection.
Oh, Akeem, by the way, I have 40 guests tonight.
All playing different instruments, so good luck with that.
You can make a maramba, right?
Yeah, all right, come on. You got this. All right, let's go over the weeks, everybody. The first Thursday, the 7th, Honey Smugglers. Second Thursday, the 14th, we have the Pickups, Steve's indie pop rock that will pick you up from Syracuse. Thursday, the 21st, Elephino. And then Black Friday, November 29th, Billy Joel. Don't ask me why.
Yeah.
That's it. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm Dan Gross, the Rochester resident for November Burke. Steve Burke, and we hope to see you those 3 Thursdays and 1 Friday at Three Heads Brewing.
I'm just a battery. You have been draining me dry. What if I die? Then leave me, ignore me, and I'll cry acid out my eyes. Oh, my poor eyes. Shock life into me, flow right through me clear. White hot burning, I will charge you dear. Face down desktop, this heart will promise not to stop. But what if it stops? Toss me and throw me up until this lump in my throat drops. but where will it drop? Shock life into me, flow right through me clear. White hot burning, I will shock you dear. Oh. I am myself, but I don't know who you are. So come to my house and try to prove me wrong. Yes, I am myself, but I don't know you. So come to my house and do what you do. I am just a battery. You have been draining me dry. What if I died? Oh. All right, I'll do Farmer.
There you go. Makes sense.
This watch, it is a shackle. My tie, it is a noose. Lucky me when I get home, I can break 'em loose. This office is a prison cell. The boss man is the guard. He gets to see me every morning, and my wife just sends me cards. They say I should have been a farmer, a master of the land. Wake before the sunrise, make a living from my hands, living from my hands. My cellmate's been here 20 years. I've been in 3 months. He says each day gets easier, but it's been harder more than once. So I should have been a farmer, a master of the land. Wake before the sunrise, make a living from my hands, living from my hands. Lucky I am to be here. I have a place to eat and sleep. And though my soul seems taken, my freedom's mine to keep. But still I should have been a farmer, a master of the land. Wake before the sunrise, make a living from my hands, living from my hands. Yeah, I should have been a farmer, a master of the land. Wake before the sunrise, make a living from my hands, living from my hands. Should have been a farmer.